Hey YouTube, it's Dora back with an update. I'm 38 weeks. I just hit 38 weeks yesterday. As you can tell by the title, we had a little action over the weekend, or what I thought was action. Had a false alarm. So I'm updating now because I went to the doctor today, and you know it was nothing, clearly, because I'm still pregnant and I'm making a video. So Saturday I was, it was a normal day. We were getting stuff, getting like the last few things ready for the baby. My husband, he put the bassinet up and installed the car seat. And my sister was like, y'all are doing too much. You gonna make the baby come, getting all this stuff ready. She gonna come. And I'm like, whatever. Of course we have to get stuff ready, So, everything was cool. I was having contractions here and there, but nothing like, to make any note of. So like, my aunt, well, my husband's aunt, but my aunt by marriage, she's so cool. She was over here and I was just laughing, having a good old time. And I was like, y'all stop making me laugh. I'm going to be the baby. Because they had me laughing. She had us rolling, grabbing our sides and stuff. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, y'all are tripping. So about 8:30, we had ate or whatever, laughed, had a good time. We still laughing. And I started noticing my contractions, like, they were getting kind of intense, and I started like watching the time and they were coming kind of close, and I'm still watching the time and they coming like every 5 minutes. So I changed positions, I drank some more water, they still coming. So they start coming, and my husband and his aunt, they noticed that I was like kind of in pain, and they were like, do we need to go to the hospital? I was like, no, it's fine. So I'm still over in the corner in this chair that I like. I'm sitting in this chair or whatever, and they could tell I was still having pains or whatever because I had stopped talking as much. So this is about 10:30. So she was like, well, I'm going ahead and leave or whatever, and just call me back so I can watch Kai if the pains keep going or whatever. So I was like, okay, but we'll be all right. So came upstairs. I couldn't lay down, like it was just hurting so bad, so I couldn't lay down. I'm like, crap, hold on. this is getting a little serious. I'm still watching, so it's still, they about 5 minutes apart. And I finally laid down, and I laid down and it got worse. And like the little app that I was reading about like labor, it's like if you keep changing positions, and you still feeling the pain, that's like probably real contractions and not just the Braxton Hicks. And then I was feeling it in my back and I felt like a lot of pressure. So I went ahead and called to see if I should, I called the on-call doctor to see if I should go in, and they said, yeah, go ahead and go up to triage. You didn't even have to call, you should have just went up there after an hour. So I'm moving around. We called I'm big, told her, could you come over here and stay, because Kai was already up asleep or whatever, but we can't leave a 2-year-old sleeping. And then also I didn't want to wake him up and take him to the hospital and stuff, so that had been our plan. We would, if it was like in the middle of the night, we would call our aunt, because she lives down the street. So she gets here and I'm starting to get more and more anxious, and I started thinking like, oh, I'm excited to see the baby, but then I almost started crying. Well, I think I did start crying because I wasn't like prepared to leave Kai yet. Like, I realized I really have not been away from him since he been here. He's two, and we went out of town one weekend for a wedding, but we did like a turnaround trip, so we had to stay out of town because it was like 6 hours away. So we spent the night or whatever, and my mom kept them. And then for my birthday last year, not this year, but last year, one of my friends kept them while we went out or whatever. Like, that's the only 2 times that my son has ever spent the night over somebody else's house or whatever. So I was just like, oh, my baby, you know, he's not about to be the baby, it's about to change. So I started tripping or whatever. And I know this is just pregnancy hormones, because I don't know. I'm not just, I guess I am super attached since I'm saying he's only spent the night over somebody else like 2 times. But that's my baby. So I kind of started tripping about that. And my husband was like, it's alright, you know, he calming me down. So like we walked in or whatever, we went to the wrong area. We went to the ER, and you're supposed to go to the women's center. That's the way the hospital is set up. So they tell us to drive around and go to the women's center. I get in there, and the lady takes my blood pressure and all that, and then she hooked me up to the machine, and she's like, yeah, you are having contractions, let's see, you know, where you are. So she checked me, and she was like, ma'am, looks like this is probably a false alarm because your cervix is closed, and it's a little soft or whatever, but it's closed, you're not dilated at all. And I was like, oh. And she was like, you see, like right now, and she asked me like what my pain was on a scale of 1 to 10, and it was like a 6. So I was like, yeah, they probably gonna send me back home. I was like, baby, I'm just really strong, you know? And I told her my history or whatever, and she was like, see, yeah, that's probably what it is. You know, you don't have anything as a marker of what labor is. So this is your second baby, but still, this is like your first time ever going through labor, so you're like a first time mom. And that pressure you're feeling is probably just the baby dropping down, because she was trying to, like, when she checked me, she was trying to see if she could feel like where her head was, but I was so tense and nervous I didn't expect it. Like, I've never had to be checked. Like, I've had to have a pap smear, but never have they had to check my cervix. I didn't realize they went so far up. It felt like that lady was like reaching up me, trying to get up into my tonsils. Like, I was sure her hand was gonna come out my mouth or something, which is probably TMI, but that shocked me. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be like a pap smear. She just go up there, not just her. I felt like she went up to her elbow or something, but that was a little crazy. So she but she was like, you so tense I can't really tell where her head is or whatever, but you know, we're gonna keep you on the monitor and we'll see if you progress. So we sit there for an hour and nothing happened. I was still having the contractions, but she was like, yeah, it's looking like you're not in labor. You are having contractions every 5 minutes or whatever, but it's not making you progress, so we're just gonna go ahead and send you home. And she was like, you might be back tomorrow, you might be back next week, you never know. Just if they start coming closer and lasting longer, because she said that's the thing, my contractions weren't lasting very long. So she was like, if they start lasting longer, they'll probably make you dilate then, and then go ahead and come back up here. So yeah, I got sent on home and I feel so crazy. So I went to my doctor for my normal OB check-in non-stress test today. The baby's doing well. She was doing well on Saturday too. You know, they had her hooked up or whatever, and they were just like, yeah, that's how it is now. You're getting closer and closer, because also it kind of feels like I'm in my first trimester again. I've been having a lot of nausea. I actually vomited this morning, because at first I just was like nauseated, but now I actually threw up, and they were like, yeah, you're getting pretty close, and that's normally how it is. So yep, that is my 38-week update. So still here. Had a little false alarm, but I'm not going back to the hospital until I'm bringing the baby back home. No more false alarms. I'm gonna make sure they're intense. I'm gonna make sure like I can't walk through them, because that was the thing. She was like, you're walking pretty well, you're talking pretty well. Yeah. That's probably not the real thing. You would know when it's the real thing. You know, it's like Mr. Cramps, but times 10. And that's what it felt like at the time. And like I said, it was just so much pressure. That's what made me go ahead and go in. But hey, we're still here. So that's my 38-week update. I go back to the doctor again on Friday. If anything exciting happens, I'll make a video, but probably not. So until then, I'll see you week 39. All right, thanks for watching. Oh, and here's my belly. This is